Hi everybody, I'm Joseph Quilter. I'm the fixed wing chief flight instructor for Southern Utah University Aviation.
Hey everybody, I'm Cortland Hansen. I'm the fixed wing assistant chief at SUU Aviation.
Today we're going to talk about everything you guys need to know in order to become student pilots. So let's get started. So becoming a student pilot is going to be one of the most challenging things that most people have done. It's going to require you to study a lot of different material, put in a lot of time and a lot of effort, but it's going to be one of the most rewarding things that you can do.
Is it worth it? Absolutely. It's one of the best challenges that you'll ever put yourself up against, and it's one of the most rewarding things you'll ever do in your life.
In order to get yourself started, there are a couple of things that you need to do. Bring in your documentation to prove citizenship. You need to start working on your student pilot certificate, which your instructor will help you apply for. And you also need to pick up a medical in order to show that you're physically fit to start the flight training process.
How long does it take you to finish flight school? Well, that will depend on many factors. It depends typically which program you decide to enroll in. That can be up to anywhere from 6 months to 2 to 3 years, depending on your speed and what you can dedicate.
So there are many factors that will influence how long it takes you to go through pilot training. Your aptitude, the funding that you have available to you, and how much time you have to put into the program, as well as the program that you choose. Some programs are going to be designed to get you through the ratings at a minimal amount of time, and you could get a lot of your ratings in as little as 6 months. Other programs are going to be looking into more quality and depth of training, and you could be in as many as 5 or 6 years. So it ranges all over the scope based on what you bring to the table and what program you choose. So as you go through your flight training, most people are going to start out with their private pilot certificate. That's going to take you somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 hours to gain. After that, you work on your instrument training, which will take about another 50 hours, and then you get into commercial. By the end of commercial, you should have 250 hours of time, and at that point, you can be marketable to go get a job, or you can work into your flight instructor certificates in order to further your career and have more options available to you.
So a brief description of each of the certificates that you're going to gain as a pilot will be a private pilot. Well, that certificate allows you to fly for fun. Instrument allows you to fly in the clouds, and then commercial allows you to fly to get paid. And after that, you'll have your certified flight instructor rating. That allows you to teach. And then you'll have your multi-engine ratings, and that will allow you to fly aircraft that have more than one engine. The aircraft that you'll be exposed to during your flight training will greatly depend upon the program you elect to attend. Some examples are the Cessna 172.
Diamond also makes the D820C1s that are commonly used.
Or you have the Piper class, the Piper Cherokees, or the 140s or the 180s.
And of course, there's the Cirrus SR20 designed specifically for training. Those are some of the common models that you will likely see in most of the flight training environments.
Some of your training highlights as you gain your certification are probably solo when you fly by yourself, cross country when you visit other airports, probably spin training and upset recovery, and even when you jump into different aircraft models like a tailwheel or the multi-engine. As you see yourself grow, that's one of the most exciting things and most memorable.
So probably one of the biggest challenges that you're going to face during your flight training is going to be developing what we call the PIC mindset. It stands for Pilot in Command, and it means taking control of all of the factors that are going to affect you in your flight. Coming properly prepared, dealing with your finances, planning out the weather, working around maintenance issues, all the type of things that are going to pop up while you're doing flight training.
What makes a good pilot? Someone who can think, reason, and problem solve. That is something that is in high demand in this industry right now at this time.
You should think about becoming a pilot because there's a huge demand in the aviation industry right now, known as the pilot shortage. This pilot shortage is caused both by older pilots retiring. We've seen the number of pilots go down about 30% over the last 30 years, with 5% of airline pilots retiring annually. On top of that, the demand for pilots is continually going up. They're projecting a doubling of passenger travel going up within the next 20 years, and a study by Boeing says that we're going to need at least 800,000 new pilots in the coming decades. So you should think about becoming a pilot in order to capitalize on this growing pilot shortage.
Is it safe to fly in airplanes? Absolutely. The general aviation safety record is improving every single day.
Do pilots get paid well? Absolutely. The starting pilot is going to be entering the industry somewhere in the mid-50s to 60,000 per year, and then rapidly moving into triple digits. Near the end of your career, you'll be making between $250,000 to $500,000 a year, working a few days a month. So yeah, I would say pilots do all right. So if you're thinking of becoming a pilot, you should choose Southern Utah University, because we can offer a few things that other programs aren't going to be able to. To begin with, our location is the highest aviation training program offered by a university in the country. At 5622, we're going to give you experience with high density altitude flying, as well as mountainous terrain and some of the weather phenomena that occur with that. Additional to that, we offer a fleet that is second to none. We're going to start you out in the SR-20 aircraft, which gives you technologically advanced experience as well as high performance training that will set you up for your career. As you move forward in your training, we'll give you the opportunity to get your complex, tailwheel, and high performance, which most other programs may or may not offer. In addition to that, we use aircraft that are going to be relevant to the industry. We're going to, in your commercial, get you into the Bonanza F-33, and then as you get into your multi, we'll train you in B-55 Barons, which is going to give you a better experience and have more applicable experience to take to industry.
How important is safety at SUU? It's paramount. We run an in-house maintenance program where our maintenance mechanics look at every aircraft every single day. We have a fleet comprised of the safest aircraft possible. We fly the SR-20, which has a CAPS parachute, and we also run a safety matrix for every flight that you and your instructor will go on. So yes, safety is very important at SUU. I've been flying since 2004, training since 2009. I have over 3,000 hours in the air, and my biggest regret is not becoming an airplane mechanic so that I could learn a little bit more about how this aircraft works.
And I started flying back in 1999, so I'm just starting my third decade of aviation. In that time, I've gotten just coming up on 4,000 hours of instruction given, and my only regret with aviation is that I didn't start sooner. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. If you're interested in becoming a pilot, you can get more information on our program in the link below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
All right. Is it safe? Try again. All right. Is it safe flying airplanes? Absolutely. It's one of the safest modes of transportation we have developed yet, even including walking. Okay, that was tough. Did that hurt?